Continuing lesson 1-1 on adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. If you look on page 10, the key concept, just a reminder about how things work here. So adding and subtracting decimals, you need to line up the decimal points. Okay, so adding and subtracting, line up the decimal points. On multiplying, we're just going to multiply, and then at the end, we will decide where the decimal needs to go. So for on this problem, we had to move, that one has 2 numbers after the decimal. This has 1, so that's a total of 3. So we need to move 3 places to the left to put our decimal point. Again, you don't have to have the decimal points lined up when you multiply. If you want to annex zeros and have them lined up, you can, but you don't have to for multiplying, just adding and subtracting. If you look at the do you understand number 4, Diego says the product of 50/100ths and 2 and 427,000ths will have 5 decimal places. Is Diego correct? And explain. And so indeed, Diego is correct because 50/100ths has 2 decimal places. 2 and 427,000ths has 3. And so altogether that makes 5 decimal places. If we were actually doing this problem on a test, we wouldn't want to just say yes, 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, you could write out more explanation of like what I said there to explain that answer. So if we look at the do you know how number 6, in this first part it says find each sum or difference. Really watch for that. That means some of the problems will be adding, some will be subtracting, and they're going to switch back and forth. Obviously, if you do the wrong operation, you're going to get the wrong answer. Unless they're adding 0, subtracting 0, it doesn't matter there, but otherwise it's going to make a difference. So really watch that. Another thing I've had mentioned to students before, if you want to even circle what the operation is, just as a reminder to yourself, this is what I need to do for this problem. So for this one, for number 6, we are subtracting. Remember, for adding and subtracting, you need to make sure your decimal points are lined up, which is not a big deal on this problem. So we can't do 1 minus 5. We've got to borrow. Nothing to borrow from the 0, so we're going to have to go and borrow from the 4. Make that a 3. That puts a 10 in our 10th place. We borrow, makes that a 9, and makes this an 11. So now we're ready to subtract. 11 minus 5 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. Make sure you remember to bring your decimal point straight down when you're adding or subtracting. So the answer is 1 6/100ths. We could do an estimate here. We could say this is about 4 minus 3, which is 1. That's pretty close. Another thing we could do to check to make sure this answer is correct, we could take our answer and add back the number that we subtracted, and that should get us back to the number that we started with. That's another way to check your answer. We'll look at number 10 next. So we got 15 minus 6 and 108,000ths. So to start out with this one, we're going to do 15 minus 6 and 108,000ths. The 15, if you'll notice, I don't see a decimal point. So that means it's right after the 5. It's not in between because that'd be 1 5/10ths, which is not the same as 15. It's not in front of it because 15/100ths is not the same as 15. So it's right after that number. And what that means is you might want to, or actually you will want to, annex 3 zeros here. Notice we are subtracting here. Make sure you subtract and not add. So we're going to have to borrow here. We can't do 0 minus 8. So we got to go all the way over to that 5 and borrow. Make it a 4. Makes this a 10. Borrow. Makes this a 9. Makes that a 10. Borrow. Makes this a 9. Makes this a 10. Now we're ready to subtract. So when we subtract, 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. And then we borrow again. and that's 8. So 8 and 892 thousandths. Again, if you had time, you could go back and actually rework this by adding that back. We could also do an estimate. We could say it's about 15 minus 6, which would be 9. This is pretty close to 9, so we should be in good shape. So we've done adding and subtracting. Let's move on to number 12, which is multiplying. So first of all, when we're going to multiply here, multiplying, we can actually change the order if you want. Like 5 times 4 is the same as 4 times 5. And so generally, we're used to seeing more numbers on the top than the bottom. One nice thing about that is that if we did it the other way, we would actually have 3 add-ins. We would have 3 lines we would have to add together. So we'd have to multiply stuff, then we'd have to add stuff, and then we move our decimal. This way we don't have to worry about adding 3 different numbers together. So that makes it a little bit easier for us. Again, multiplying, we don't have to line up our decimal points. We're going to decide at the end where they go. This one actually, the question was just for us to place the decimal point in the correct location, so I actually wouldn't even have to have set this up, but just to mention in case you're doing a problem like this, that's kind of a thought process for you. So if you look at the numbers we're multiplying, this first one's got 3 numbers after the decimal, the second one doesn't have any, and so that means we need to move our decimal 3 spots. So the assumption is that they have the right numbers here, they just didn't place the decimal point, and so that would be 2 and 435 thousandths. And you know, just a quick estimate, we could think about maybe 5 times 5 tenths, and that would be 2 and 5 tenths, and we're pretty close to that with that answer. So if we go on to number 14, same idea, they just want us to tell where the decimal point would go. So if you look at our numbers here, the first one's got 1 number after the decimal point, second one's got 2. 1 plus 2, that's a total of 3. So we move 3 places to the left, 312 thousandths. If we go down to number 17, they're wanting us to find each product. So here, they're not giving us the numbers and just saying put the decimal in the right spot. They're saying actually multiply this out. So I'm just going to do this in the order they gave this to me. The decimals don't need to be lined up. They just happen to line up anyway on this problem, so that's fine. Remember, multiplying though, they wouldn't have to be. So to start out with, 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 5 is 35. Plus 2 is 37. We're not going to worry about anything with the decimal until the very end, so don't even worry about the decimal at this point yet. Before we get started with the next part, it might not be a bad idea to cross off any carried numbers so you don't accidentally get confused and use them again. We also then need to put a place value 0, and then we can start multiplying. So 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 5 is 10. Again, don't worry about the decimal yet. We're going to add these together. So if we add these together, 1 plus 0 is 1, 7 plus 6 is 13, 1 plus 3 plus 0 is 4, and we've got a 1. So right now we've got 1,431. The numbers I was multiplying weren't that big, so the decimal is going to need to come into play here. So looking at our numbers, the first one has 1 number after the decimal, and the second one does as well. So that's a total of 2. We're going to move 2 places to the left, and so our answer should be 14 and 31 hundredths. Just to get a quick estimate, 5 and 3 tenths is kind of close to 5. 2 and 7 tenths is kind of close to 3. 5 times 3 is 15. And now that number is much closer to 15 than 1,431. So we should be in good shape with that answer. Number 18, when you work this out, we're multiplying, so usually whatever's got more digits we'll put on top. Doesn't have to be, but less numbers to add later if you do it that way. Remember, you don't have to line up your decimal points yet. We'll figure that out at the end. So 8 times 9 is 72. We're going to carry the 7. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 7 is 7. 8 times 4 is 32. Only question now is where our decimal point needs to go. So we've got 2 numbers after the decimal point there, none in the other one, so we move 2 places to the left. So it should be 32 and 72 hundredths. And if you look at the numbers, if we estimate, this is kind of close to 4 times 8, which is 32. So that looks like a good answer as well. So this gives you an idea of how to add, subtract, and multiply decimals.